systems, and doing a lot of mailers and marketing and all of that kind of stuff to get the listing side up and going. There's only one listing team right now so far, so we got to get those guys up to the goals that we want them to hit and then continue to add people there. So it's really bringing on the people this year is what we're really trying to do, getting them set up. So it takes about 90 to 120 days for them to be up, running, excited, and totally feeling confident in what they're doing. So like, hopefully to get to that, you know, by January, we're in a massive hiring phase right now. So yeah, lots of training.
Any other questions out there for you guys?
When you were starting, Kelly, and you were, what point were you in units when you were ready to add that very first administration? First branch?
I was sitting at 5 million in sales.
Okay.
I kind of feel like every 5 million, you need another admin. So that's, you know, it's super important.
And when you hired that first person, how did your sales jump when you could devote 100% to your listing and sales?
I think we went to then 8 million and then maybe 12 million, something like that. And then we've been in the teens for the last little bit, kind of trying to build this. And then I was out. So I literally was on death's door for about a year and a half in the hospital, in a coma, on a ventilator. Nobody thought I was going to live through that. And Tracy ran my business for, I mean, she eventually got licensed and all that kind of stuff. She ran the whole business for me. So my sales kind of just dipped a little bit because my brain wasn't in it. But so our biggest number ever was 15.8, and we're sitting at just under 20 million in between what's actually in and what's pending as a rate.
So for someone who's wanting to embark on getting that first administration person, so you felt, because I know when I got mine, I was right at that 4 to 5 million, and I was driving myself crazy.
Yes.
And like you, got incredibly lucky.
Yes.
And in 1 year, mine went from what, 4 to 8 or 9.
That's exactly
in 1 year.
Yeah. You guys, it will, I mean, that person will be worth, if it's the right person, that person will be worth their weight in gold. Yeah.
So you have a buyer's agent who has their admin, who has their showing assistant, but you also said you're hiring a lead buyer specialist. So what would the lead buyer specialist be doing?
Good question.
The lead buyer specialist is going to work with all the buyer's agents. So when we have 40 buyer's agents in play, or even 20, which is what our goal is between now and the end of the year, another 20 next year. But that lead buyer specialist will be working with all the buyer's agents. Because quite honestly, like right now, I'm literally on the phone. I don't take calls between 6 and 8:30 because of Brady. And then from 8:30 to like 11:30 at night, I'm on the phone with my buyer's agents. I mean, they're all calling about something, or this happened, or that, and all good stuff. I don't want them to not call. But again, there's only so many hours in the day, and I've got to kind of, now that load is getting too big, and I've got to bring somebody else in to help with them, do their one-on-ones. We do one-on-ones every week. So we're sitting at like, I'm sitting around 15 one-on-ones right now. That is a lot of time because sometimes they go, an hour and a half versus, whatever, 45. And so it's a lot of time.
So they're not necessarily selling, they're more being the leader for all the sellers out there.
Yes.
Aha.
Yes, for all the buyers. So
For all the
Sharon's
buyers,
doing it
yeah.
on the side, and then that lead buyer specialist will be in play by this time next week. So just working through that process. Yeah.
Mentors. Sometimes we get mentors, we outgrow them, we get different mentors in our life. Just if you could talk about that. And the second question is, do you use eEdge? And is there other software name dropping that you can offer us that you're using to this infrastructure of your business?
So in terms of mentoring, it's funny that you brought it up. I have to tell you, I mean, John Sprague and Matt Shreves have been my mentors since I really started with Kelly. And huge, I mean, just huge. So they have definitely been my mentors. Then, it's kind of gone from there a little bit. There's other people within Keller that I've used. I did get to go meet with Barbara Corcoran about a month ago in New York, and that was crazy cool. It was the exact same message, but it was hearing it from somebody else. And I think to your point, sometimes you're like, okay, I got it. John and Matt are telling me the same things. I know what I need to do, but like just hearing it from somebody who is totally like not in my inside world I was like, oh, well, I just need growth, PR, and branding. That's my job. And they're like, we've been talking to you about that for, 4 years. That's okay. So,
Growth, PR, and branding.
but it's just, just hearing it from a different voice. And I learned that. What I learned, I was in a bold leadership class in Kansas City, and Diana Kokoska, who runs the whole thing, I was sitting in that class, and I was so angry that I was sitting in that class. I had so much to do. I didn't want to be there. And she said one thing, and this is what I took away from the class: go out and track down the people that you admire the most in this business. And I didn't get anything else in that class because I was totally pissed off that I was sitting in there. And I don't even know why. Like, normally I love going. But I had so much to do, and I picked up that one thing, and that's what made me pick up the phone and call her. And I called her and I said, hey, would you mind coming to St. Louis, meet with my team, da da da. She's like, yeah, sure, 20 grand. I was like, oh, how about we come to you? But, and even if they tell you no in the beginning, figure out a way to make it happen. So I have other targets now on my radar, because that gave me so much fresh, mojo. I am going to go after Bill Gates. I'm going to go after Mark Zuckerberg. I'm going to go after Jimmy Fallon. There are people out there that have had so much success in their lives. And you know what? They put on their pants every day like we do, right? So why not go out and see what talent really means to other people and see how to integrate that into our team? So that's kind of fun.
Do you gotta shuffle out, or can you hang around just a few minutes?
Oh, I can hang on a few minutes.
Okay, that's good. What, pretty good stuff?
Yes.
Thank you very
Cool,
much.
thank you.
We're going to kind of move forward. My man Mark Hiller is going to share with us a little bit about taking that productivity and turning it into profitability. And after that, I'll get